Hi, I'm Sarah Baya and welcome to my science class. Hello, we have another fun and interesting lesson today. In this chapter, we will learn how plants adapt to their environment for survival. In today's lesson, we will be studying some specialized structures of terrestrial and aquatic plants. At the end of our lesson, you are expected to name the specialized structures of plants. But before we proceed with our main topic, let us review about plants, its parts and functions. You're going to match the parts of the plants to its functions. If you are ready, let's get started. If you answer them all correctly, congratulations! Our forest is both a hotspot and a mega diversity area, making it priority for conservation. It is home for more than 6,000 plant and animal species. 12 million indigenous people make it their home and depend on them for livelihood. Let us help conserve and protect our forests. The future of our nation and the next generation is at stake. Plants live just about everywhere on Earth. To live in so many different habitats, plants adapt to their surroundings too. This helps them live and grow. A particular place of specific habitat calls for specific conditions, and adapting to such conditions help the plants to survive. Let us explore the different structures that makes plants adapted to their habitats. The desert is a dry area with scarcity of waters. Thus the plants there have small leaves and many spines which help them to conserve water. The leaves have thick waxy skin which help to retain water for a long time. There are leafless plants that store water in their green stems. Roots are near the soil surface that soak up water before it evaporates. The growth is low as the plants do not have to make much food. The Joshua tree have shallow roots that spread out and suck up rainwater. Cactus have large fleshy stems to store water. They have thorns and tiny spiky leaves to reduce water loss. Agave and other succulents have coated leaf surfaces to prevent water loss. They have marginal sharp teeth and have spikes and leaves that are fibrous inside. Palms have roots that collect water in the ground. Some have spines on their leaves and trunks. They are also heat and drought resistant. Such places have hot climate but have heavy rains. So the plants here have drip tips and waxy surfaces on leaves to shed the excess water. Plants have prop roots that help support them in shallow soils. There is abundant growth of plants, and some plants grow on top of each other to reach the sunlight. These plants collect rainwater through a center reservoir and have hair on them to absorb water. Orchids are epiphytes that grow on another plant without stealing its nutrients. They live high up in the canopy of trees and have specialized root system for getting water. Bromeliads have stiff long leaves that act as water channel. Collecting water droplets when it rains and help provide nutrients for the plants. Lianas are climbing woody vines that drape the rainforest trees. Their roots climb high into the tree canopy to reach the available sunlight. Rainforest trees have tall and thin trunks. Its bark is smooth to allow water to flow down the roots easily. It has large roots and ridges to serve as support for the tree. Such forests see 4 distinct seasons and have harsh winters. These forests are made of layers of plants from very tall trees to small plants carpeting the forest floors. Wildflowers grow in the forest floors during spring, and most big trees here have thick barks to protect them against the cold winters. Trees have broad leaves that capture a lot of sunlight, but these leaves can weigh down the trees in winter. Thus, in the autumn, deciduous trees drop their leaves to minimize the water loss. Lichens are hard, love light, live for a long time, and grow slowly. When the atmosphere is dry, they are dormant and does not grow. Moss are little land plants with thin cuticle to prevent loss of water and reproduce by producing spores. Ferns have rhizomes that grow horizontally and allow new plant development. They have compounded leaves to produce more food for the plant. Grasslands are also called prairies and have hot summers and cold winters with uncertain rains and many droughts. The plants here have deep roots to survive the prairie fires. Some trees have thick barks to survive the fires. Roots extend deep into the ground to absorb water. They have narrow leaves as those less water. Soft stems enable the prairie grass to bend in the wind. Buffalo grass is a hardy grass and grows in every season. It is drought resistant, stops growing during dry season, and is also heat and cold resistant. Needle grass can survive in dry and clay soil. They have sharp pointed grains and long thread-like awns. Foxtails have spikes containing spikelets that contain the seeds. They have long roots and survive after a very quick fire. Aquatic plants are plants that have adapted to living in aquatic environments. They are also referred to as hydrophytes. Aquatic plants require special adaptations for living submerged in water or at the water's surface. Let's take a look at some adaptations of aquatic plants. Floaters are aquatic plants that are seen floating on the surface of water in ponds or lakes. They have swollen leaf stalks that are filled with air, which help the plant to float. Fixed plants are aquatic plants whose roots are fixed to the soil underwater. They have leaves with long stalks that allow them to float on the surface. Underwater plants are aquatic plants that remain underwater. They do not have stomata. They breathe through the body surface, and they give out oxygen, which help water animals stay alive. Plants living in different places are exposed to varied conditions. However, the structures are suited to particular needs. Let us take a look at some special structures of plants. Shapes and sizes of leaves are also important to survival. Some are thick and waxy covering, good for storing water to protect themselves from dehydration. Others have long twisting or vine-like for climbing high places. Banana plants produce big broad leaves to efficiently trap more energy. Stems comes in all shapes and sizes, but their main function is to keep the leaves in the light and provide a place for the plant to keep its flower and fruits. Let's take a look at some characteristics of stems. Some are fleshy for storing water. Some are hard, like the trunk of trees. Some are like straws or tubes. Some have tendrils for climbing. Some have thorns, spikes, or prickles for protection. Roots have several purposes. They hold the plant in the ground and keep it upright and take water and food from the soil. Some roots are thin and soft that grows on rocks or trees. Some are thick and hard. Are you up for some challenge? Our challenge for today is to answer questions with true or false about plant adaptations. Are you ready to test your wits? Let's start! If you answered them all correctly, congratulations! We have learned today that plants, terrestrial or aquatic, also adapt to their environment by their special structures needed for survival. So that's it for our lesson today. Don't forget to read more about our lesson in your textbook and module and answer the activities in your worksheets. Once again, I'm your teacher, Sir Abaya. Thanks for listening. See you next time. That's all for today. See you next time.